Okay. So, I know that these two played quite a bit earlier, but I thought I'd at least record my thoughts on, well, everything from draft to play to uh, what I thought about it in general.
Seconds remaining.
And I have a little bit of food too, so just keep that in mind. I'll probably be chowing down on most of this first game anyways.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Huh.
10 seconds.
Interesting
remaining.
first ban.
5 seconds remaining.
And I mean, they used up
Ban.
a fair chunk of their reserve time too.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds.
I mean, I would
remaining.
expect that ban kind of later, honestly.
5 seconds
Like-
remaining.
Maybe as the last one of the first phase, but the very first one, they must really respect the Earthshaker coming out from Gaiman.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I get why they're banning Puck here. Puck is a very, very strong hero. I mean, I've thought of it as a strong hero for a while,
Ban.
but I wonder if it's like Gaiman can flex it maybe, and they're afraid
10
that
seconds remaining.
it might get picked in the first
5
phase,
seconds
but
remaining.
be a flex for like the off lane or support, and they just don't want to deal with that kind of pressure from the Puck. So, man, I get it.
Team ban.
But Gaiman, they're banning all meta heroes.
10 seconds
Like
remaining.
the Doom, picked very frequently,
5 seconds.
as well as the Nature's
remaining.
Prophet, Gyro, and Brewmaster. All of them have been picked immensely,
Team pick.
whether it's during qualifiers or during this tournament. Secret. Final ban is the Pangolier. And they pick the Invoker. I mean, I get it. They're kind of just wanting to ban out
10
heroes that are
seconds remaining.
pretty good against Invoker in lane,
5 seconds.
and they don't want to
remaining.
have to deal with their first pick Invoker getting countered right away.
Dire team ban.
Man stands ready.
Gaiman picked their carry very early.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Ban.
I mean, I get why they pick it. Like, Invoker is a hero that kind of wants to draw out the game, let it go to that very late stage where everybody's VKBs are only lasting 6 seconds, and he's able
10 seconds
to use
remaining.
all of his spells very effectively and be completely 6-slotted at that point.
Remaining.
Sven doesn't exactly let you get to that point if he can get the farm he needs. Now, because he's picked first, they could just counter-pick the Sven for Secret's offlane. I mean, what they'll choose to do to pick that, but I don't know. But it's definitely something to keep in mind. Secret, ban out the Warlock and Templar Assassin. TA would do really well in this game with the Sven. Has quick farming of ancients and any kind of stacked camps
5 seconds.
along with Sven,
Remaining.
and they can pressure anywhere on the map, really. Once TA gets Blink Dagger Desolator, she's kind of good to go. When Sven gets his Echo Saber BKB and maybe even Blink, he's good to go.
Radiant team pick. Dire team.
Razor.
I respect the ban of the Faceless Void. So game in, they ban out the Faceless Void. Would have been very good with Invoker, and a very good counter to what Gaiman were planning on picking in the Razor.
Remaining. 5 seconds. Remaining. Dire team pick.
Beastmaster.
Ooh, Secret picking the Beastmaster. Not a bad pick to go up against the Sven.
Seconds remaining.
Sven should do fine in lane, but I mean, they still have
Seconds.
that offlane support that they could counter the Sven with. Just have a support that can be able to dish out a ton of that early pressure onto Sven in lane, making his laning phase just so much harder.
Radiant team pick.
Batrider could do it if Secret chooses to put the Batrider as that offlane support. Which, I mean, it looks like it's going to be that way, unless they decide to change it up, have the Invoker be the support,
5 seconds.
send the Batrider mid. Not likely to happen, but I think Secret was the team that flex picked the Invoker. So, I mean, you still have to keep that possibility in mind. But I do like the Batrider pick if it is going to be that position for it.
Radiant team pick.
Okay, Phoenix, I see you. Very good hero in the late game, if it does happen to get there.
10 seconds remaining.
It is a flex pick though, so it could be.
Remaining.
It's definitely a support, but it's depending on which support it goes into. Whether the hard support's
Dire
going up with the Sven. Oh, well, it's gonna likely be paired up with the Razor, because Treant Protectors that I've seen have all been played as position 5s.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean,
seconds remaining.
it would make sense if they did choose to put the Phoenix with the Sven. Phoenix does have a little bit of that depressurization in lane, but well, and I should put this first. You like having a ranged hero to go with a melee hero in lane, so that the ranged hero can kind of harass out the enemy heroes, hopefully. And it's a good complement for a melee hero and vice versa, because the melee hero is usually the one doing a lot of the tanking and kind of in their face.
Team down.
Okay, Secret. They pick out their Terrorblade, leaving their support for last. Interesting play.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team down.
I mean, again, this could all be completely flipped, right? Secret, in previous times, has been super flexible in almost every position.
10 seconds
So
remaining.
this could technically be a position 5 Invoker with a 4 Bat, 3 Beast, and a 1 Terrorblade, and they're picking their mid next.
Radiant team down.
Or, like, what's most likely to happen is this is a position 2 Invoker, so the mid laner, and they're most likely going to be having their
10 seconds
position 5 last.
remaining.
That's what Gaiman's
5
kind of going for,
remaining.
and that's why they're banning out the bench. But honestly, I would not put it past Secret to mix it up.
Down.
Gaiman also banning out the Venomancer. Venomancer would have been pretty good here, honestly. He has a lot of slow to come out from all of his abilities, and they do have a ton of control
10
and
seconds
ways to get on top of
remaining.
heroes for Secret.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Okay, but Secret, they ban out the off-lane Darkseer, just to make sure that's not even a possibility. And then they also ban out the Void Spirit.
10 seconds remaining.
So Void Spirit
5
traditionally
seconds
played mid,
remaining.
and I kind of respect that. Void Spirit would do very well against the heroes of Secret.
Radiant team wins.
And they're gonna pick the Shadow Demon. Love it. I mean, I can't really think of a whole lot of supports that you would pick at this late of stage, and
10 seconds remaining.
I don't mind it. It's a really nice
5 seconds
hero right now in the meta with the Demonic Cleanse and Demonic Purge. So Demonic Cleanse, you're able to get rid of whether it's the stun from
Choose your hero.
Sven, or the Fire Spirits from Phoenix, or even the Leech Seed from the Treant. You can purge all of those from your allied heroes. And then you can also purge off the living armor from the enemy heroes, or any sort of movement buff that they would want, whether it's from what is it? Dang it. Warcry. Duh. Sven's E ability. But Gaiman, they're gonna pick the Tidehunter for their last pick. Interesting pick. We have not seen it a whole lot.
Remaining.
You are doing
going
very
through
well.
the
I'm very proud of you.
recent patch so
You are
far,
a
so
beautiful
I don't mind
person
seeing
with a
it.
charming personality.
Okay, this is going to be a 4 Phoenix with a 5 Treant. Kind of to be expected. Like, that's basically where we've been seeing Treant, is the position 5, helping that carry out in the lane, making sure that he has a good time. So here we go. Game 1, Secret versus Gaiman Gladiators. Now, I tried to keep myself as spoiler-free of this one as possible. But let's just kind of see how well these two teams know each other, how well they can play off of their strengths and weaknesses, and see who comes out on top. I will say I do like Gaiman Gladiators draft just a smidgen better. It's faster paced. You have that Razor that can be taking away the damage of the Terrorblade in that later portion of the game. You have the Tide Hunter who has big AoE Ravage. You can follow up with the Overgrowth and Egg. It just kind of looks like a very good team fight kind of draft coming out from Gaiman. While Secret, they don't have huge AoE spells like Gaiman Gladiators do. Not to say that Secret doesn't have any kind of team fight, but their lineup, I think, is more of pickoff. Okay. Tidehunter skilling up that anchor first. That might be the death of him, though. Another blood grenade used. That's going to be it. First blood. I almost think that having the Kraken Shell there would have been a little bit better. You can purge off the flame break damage as well as the reflection. And you can tank the damage from these guys a little bit better. But yeah, I get why he went Anchor Smash. I mean, 30% damage reduction isn't anything to scoff at. And you kind of want Anchor Smash in lane. Poor Phoenix with only 1 armor. Can't go up against the Shadow Demon with the illusions. Oh. That's a lot of chunking down onto a bird. Okay. Just able to harass out this Tidehunter is all that Secret is kind of wanting to do right now. And I mean, that's all they can do, kind of. Unless they get a rotation from the Batrider. The Batrider kind of needing to stay with his Beastmaster to help make sure that the lane doesn't go super out of control. Mid lane. It's kind of a toss-up who's going to win this. I think the Razor will have a better lane phase, but I don't know by how much. Because, like, Razor can have the link, but the Invoker can just tornado it off. That's a lot of mana to use up as well, so he might need some more regen coming out. Or to skill up his Ghost Walk and try to walk off all that damage and get that mana back. But I mean, Ghost Walk isn't cheap either. Oh, Batrider. Able to snipe a courier and get that 3-minute rune. Hang on 1 minute. I just need to make sure that they know that there's food ready for them. Okay, sorry about that. I got a drink while I was on it. So we're kind of in that slow part of the lane phase where nobody's really trying to gank, nobody's trying to get super invested on kills. They're just trying to get the levels and get the last hits as best they can. Speaking of, let's take a look real quick. Okay, Tidehunter is actually getting quite a few last hits. Was not expecting that. I thought the Terrorblade would be able to deny him a lot of experience. But Tidehunter, 28 last hits to the Terrorblade's 22. Not bad. Nobody's really suffering on last hits though, so... Oh. There we go, Batrider on top of the Phoenix, gonna get that kill. Trying to harass the Sven out of the lane, make sure that he can't get anything, but they're gonna turn onto the Shadow Demon, Flame Break, pushing the Sven back. He's trying to get a cleave off on him. Oh, but, oh no. Puppy, why did you look back? He turned to get one more poison onto the Treant, but it wasn't enough to... He didn't have enough health. Treant just hit so hard. 101, only at level 4. Yeesh, man. I would say nerf the Treant, but it's not like he's all that powerful right now.
Invisibility.
Axes. Okay, Treant's just trying to scout out when the Terrorblade starts to go into that jungle area, so that if they do want to gank, they can. It's a big wave going towards the Tidehunter. And I mean, with 2 points in Kraken Shell, he can tank that so easily. They're gonna go onto the Terrorblade. He does have Sunder though. He's gonna use it on the Tide. Phoenix gonna dive away and TP out. So a rotation from the Treant, and here comes Secret. They're gonna get this Phoenix kill. Cold Snap and a bunch of right clicks, gonna be able to find that. They're not able to really go on this Tidehunter yet. They need more damage, really. One thing that Secret kind of lacks in that early game is that heavy burst damage. They're going to rely on that more when the Invoker is able to get more levels and have more spells to play around with. He doesn't have Exort skilled up yet, and I wouldn't expect him to either. Okay, Beastmaster. Okay, he's got that Helm of the Dominator now. Very nice. Oh, scouting out. Smoke on Gaiman though. They're gonna try to steal some of these stacks away so that Terrorblade can't get them. And Sven, he's over here with the God Strength. They're going to be able to clear this stack out fast. Secret have no idea. They're just going to be down here, or up here, taking down the Tidehunter. Maybe taking a tower, but is that worth it? I mean, sure you get a kill. Who even got the kill? The Terrorblade got the kill. Well, they're going onto the Beastmaster now. They see that the stacks are gone, and he's just going to TP out. He's safe. Here's the Invoker. Going on to the Sven. No mana on him. It's going to turn the attention towards the Treant, but Gaiman just going to back out. Oh, I say that. They're going on to the Invoker. Plasma Field to slow him down. There's the Sunray, but not going to be able to find the kill. He was able to avoid the Nature's Grasp. Well, roar onto the Sven. Axes are doing quite a bit of work, but he needs one more round in order to get that kill. And speaking of which, I'm not going to get the kill on the Batrider. He's able to juke over the cliff with that, what is it called? Firefly, yeah. Sorry, I'm having really bad allergies the past few days. That's why I wasn't here yesterday. They had just been horrible, to say the least. Okay, Tide has that Meteor Hammer. He's going to be able to take down these towers pretty quickly. There's the stun from the Sven. Easy kill onto the Shadow Demon. Meteor Hammer. This tower does not stand a chance. I mean, God Strength, Meteor Hammer on the Tide Hunter. Secret's towers. They're put on notice. Okay, Ravage back up for the Tide Hunter. Shadow Demon teeping back into this after he just died. Tide's gonna get the tower, but he's got the Demonic Purge on him. Gonna use the Ravage, trying to get away, but the 5 stacks of poison able to snipe him out. Holy cow. That's a ton of damage. Oh, man. Yeesh. I honestly kind of thought he was going to escape. Let's see where items are. Sven has the Oblivion Staff and Mask of Madness. He's almost got that Echo Saber. Razor, going for a Yasha into a Manta. Tide, we already saw the Meteor Hammer. He's going to rush a Blink Dagger right after it, though. Terrorblade has the Yasha, going for a Manta, and then into Scotty. Invoker has the Urn. Gonna get that Vessel finished up, and then probably go back for a Hand of Midas. That's normally what they've been doing in this most recent patch. Another Roar onto the Sven, but not able to get that kill. He doesn't have anybody that's close enough. We're gonna notice the Razor over here now. Secret, gonna group up in the mid. That is not a lot of damage. Like, it's nice having that travel distance, but you really want the damage. Sven, where are you? Never mind. Tidehunter was getting gone on again, but this time he was able to get out. Just such a tanky boy. They really need to have Terrorblade there with his meta to make sure that they're able to secure that kill. Terrorblade is able to keep up with this Sven somehow. Even after Sven took their ancient stack. So a little bit surprised by that. I mean, he is getting some good kills. What is he at right now? 2 and 0? Well, Sven is at 1 and 0. And Secret don't have a ton more stacked up yet for their carry to kind of get back into the game. Okay, Razor's looking for kills now. Gonna go on to the Bat Rider, and they're gonna find it pretty easily. Egg used as well. Interesting. He wasn't that low. I honestly think if he just let the Roar come out onto him, he would have still been able to maybe get his egg off. And then they might have found a turn kill onto the Beastmaster there. But that's like a very big maybe as well. Tornado, EMP. Getting that Razor very low. Sunray trying to heal him up. Ravage on 4. Gonna be there, but the Sunder switching the HP with the Tide Hunter. There's the lasso, bringing that Treant Protector a little bit farther away. Sven trying to get this Invoker on the back lines. Roar is there, and he's disarmed too. Gonna try to find any other kills. They're able to get the Invoker and the Batrider. Seeing if they can get this Beastmaster kill. Not quite there. Almost. And the Love Touch. Even using the Static Link to get that kill on the Beastmaster. Don't think that was needed. Sven getting very low. But Terrorblade not wanting to commit to that kill just for him to die. He needs to stay that high net worth so that he can get to that later game a little bit faster. So very good play from Gaming Gladiators. Able to secure 4 kills and not take any deaths somehow. Okay. Couple of stacks over there. Sven is likely going to take them quickly though. Almost has that BKB, so he'll be ready to join a bunch more team fights. Anchor onto the Invoker with the Static Link. Meteor Hammer is there as well. Not going to be able to survive whatsoever. Very early dead in the water. I'm just gonna call it an anchor. I'm not calling it dead in the water. Okay. Secret and Gaiman trying to take this ancient stack over here, but Gaiman gonna get the better of it. And they're gonna be able to get the ancient Black Dragon because FDZ hit it that once. Wanting to deny it from them, but not able to. Secret kind of getting surrounded here. They're gonna go onto the high ground here on the right. Oh. They see Gaming Gladiators coming over now. Tide Hunter. Still with the strat of the Meteor Hammer onto towers. Oh, then Ravage goes out onto 4 again. There's the Roar used. And they're gonna get the Sven. Ravage used to try to save him, but couldn't. Oh my word, Supernova going out. Sunder onto the Tide Hunter. Here's a Meteor Hammer. They're gonna get the Terrorblade. Batrider goes down soon after. They're following it up onto this Beastmaster. Trying to TP out. Tornado to hinder them from getting that kill. And Invoker able to slip away. Very well played by the Invoker there. Using the Tornado to move the 2 heroes from Gaming Gladiators away from the Beastmaster so he could get that TP out. Very nice. Very smooth. Well, Shadow Demon, you do not stand a chance with that anchor on you. Gonna spend all of his spells throwing them out onto this Treant Protector. Can they get this counter? Yes, they can. Trading. Both position 5s. Can they fight this Tide Hunter? They're running for him. The Razor's coming over. Trying to scare them off, but Secret, they're not scared. Tidehunter trying to walk it off. Sunray, not going to be enough. They're going to get that Tidehunter kill. Are they going to look for more? Yules up to Terrorblade. That's going to give the space that Phoenix needed to get away. Nice couple of kills from Secret. Definitely needed. I mean, they lost another team fight earlier, and it was right outside their door. So getting just those couple of kills is really good. Okay, Terrorblade. He's halfway through the Eye of Scotty, so he'll get there very soon to finish that off. Invoker, he did go for that Hand of Midas and is going for a Hurricane Pike next. That's the meta build right now. Mostly right-click build on Invokers. Well, I can't say mostly. Like, you're still going to have a bunch of spells that you're using. And it's interesting. Oh. I say it. All this while he's getting gone on mid and goes down. Supernova extended to make sure that there's no counter play from Secret. But I mean, like, a lot of his item build from now on is going to be a lot of right click, but he'll probably get like a Hex to help with a little bit more control. Because his team, while it does have some pretty good control in the Roar and the Flaming Lasso, they don't have a ton of control. So having like a Scythe of Ice, or even just like a Gleipnir, would be pretty good for them. Secret, smoking up, just wanting to stay in the presence of this bottom lane. Went on to the Sven though. Oh, Blink on the back. He got the flame break, but it's not going to be enough. Sven going to be able to make his way out. Secret getting the second tower for their team and going for the Roshan, maybe? Looks like it. They're able to take Rosh pretty fast with the alacrity on the Terrorblade.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay. So Bat Rider has his Blink Dagger. Shadow Demon got a Ghost Scepter. I actually kind of like that. The heroes on Gaming Gladiators are a lot of right clicks. I mean, Sven and Razor are mostly physical damage. And Tidehunter, yeah, he has Ravage, he has Gush. But he's also a lot of right click too, so Ghost Scepter, very good. And I mean, the heroes on Gaimin don't exactly want to be buying Nullifier. I mean, I don't think Sven particularly minds buying it, but he would rather have other items and not prioritize something for a support. Okay, Gaimin gonna take their Tormentor. And I mean, this Sven, he's getting pretty farmed. Going for a Daedalus next. gonna be able to be that huge right-click threat.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Secret, putting pressure on this bottom tier 2. They need to be able to take the towers fairly quickly because of the Treant Protector. If it wasn't for him, they probably would just be able to do a little bit of chip damage here, a little bit of chip damage there, and kind of be comfortable with it. But with the Treant Protector on the enemy team, you need to kind of give a little bit more push behind each wave if you're going to be going for objectives. Otherwise, Treant, just heal it back up. Secret, gonna be able to get that mid tier 1 as well. And they're kind of pushing for this tier 2. Getting a good amount of objectives while Gaming Gladiators just trying to farm up their next items. Let's see, Tidehunter. He has a Shiva's. Don't mind it. Razor got that BKB after getting the Manta. Going for a Lincoln Sphere next. Okay, I can understand it. Like, you got the Lasso and the Roar, which are a lot of the control from Secret. So if you're able to kind of whack one of those spells out, gonna go on to the Shadow Demon. Very easy kill for the Sven. Not able to get off that Ghost Scepter. And Gaiman trying to find more. Not going to be able to for the moment. Ooh, blink up. Getting slowed down by the boar. And Beastmaster going to be able to sneak by. Gaiman not able to find anything after that Shadow Demon. But, I mean, you take what you get. But Sven going onto the high ground without any vision. Ravage there, but he's already dead. Treant going to go next. They're going to try to chase down this Phoenix afterwards. He's going to juke the Tornado. Batrider, seeing if he can catch any of them, but they're going to go a little bit of a longer path. Phoenix going into this bottom jungle. Just going to put down a ward to make sure that, well, he's still getting chased, first of all, and to kind of see the movements from Secret. He tried to TP out, but nope. They have the control for you, good sir. 3 kills. Okay, Secret showing that they're not quite out of this game. And I mean, I didn't think they were, but they now have the net worth lead. Okay, you got Hurricane Pike. One for Lincoln Sphere next. I don't know if I agree with that as much for the Invoker. Honestly, I would have rather seen BKB, because then you're able to dispel overgrowth or get yourself out of the Ravage if you pop it early enough, or even just kind of shrug off the Stormhammer. Okay, Secret coming into Gaming Gladiators jungle again. Okay, Razor deciding to switch it up, not going for that Lincoln Sphere. He's going for a Refresher Orb next. I kind of like that. Gaiman coming into this high ground. Oh, the Meteor Hammer's going to hit its mark. This Anchor is doing work for the Tidehunter. We're going to see what they can get next, but nope. Rest of Secret going to be able to back out, keep everybody else safe. Only gonna lose his support again. Oddly enough, this Phoenix is fairly farmed. He has a Lotus Orb and a Yule's. And the Tramp Protector, he's kind of okay. He's just got that Blink Dagger, going for a Force Staff next. I can definitely agree with that. And he's kind of sacrificing his farm so that the rest of the team can really get those items that they need to get to that next stage of the game. Scotty and BKB are finished for the Terrorblade. Looks like he's going for a Butterfly next. Would not be a bad item choice. Again, the Sven and Razor don't exactly like going for MKB, so having that evasion plus that little bit of armor that the agility gives you, very nice. Let's see. Invoker. Okay, he is going to go for that Lincoln Sphere, and it looks like he's going to go for a Scythe afterwards. Anchor onto the Batrider again. This is going to be another death for him. And the rest of Secret trying to back out before they get caught. Plasma Field not going to connect. Shadow Demon going to be able to get out. And it looks like the summons from the Beastmaster are going to be able to get back as well. I feel like this Batrider should be wanting a little bit more farm. Like, he's kind of fallen behind and getting picked off quite a bit now. Okay, Terrorblade just constantly scouting with these illusions. I kind of like it. Just giving the team that little bit more vision that they can use to help get a gank. Smoke gonna pop, and Gaiman, they're gonna get out right away after seeing the Beastmaster. Well, Gaiman, they see that the Beastmaster left, so they're just gonna try to go back in. Roshan's not up for another 20 seconds. And Secret, they're just gonna kind of follow back to that Roshan pit. Smoke up again. Double smoke, actually. Invoker finished up that Lincoln Sphere, so he'll have that for this fight. Sven. So everybody from Gaiman showing over here. They're gonna go onto the Batrider again. He's getting gone on all these times. Anchor again with the Meteor Hammer, but the Disruption is gonna counter that initiation. Cold Snap onto the Razor, but Sven blink right onto this Invoker. Not going to get the stun because of that Lincoln Sphere. Terrorblade, BKB up, using that meta, trying to fight. Sven able to just pick up so much damage with those crits. Able to get 3 kills quickly. Disruption onto the Shadow Demon, not gonna last. And the Beastmaster just able to get out with that TP. And this Roshan is gaming Gladiator. Ouch, that's Sven. Sheesh. Just 3 shots. And he chonked down those heroes to less than a quarter HP. Even on the Terrorblade. Like, I'm pretty sure the Terrorblade had a quarter HP while the Batrider and the Invoker were just dead. And the Shadow Demon barely lived a second longer than the Terrorblade just because of the Disruption again. Oh my gosh. Okay, Gaiman. Regrouping. They're going to start pushing for this tier 2 in this bottom lane. Trying to keep the pressure up onto Secret. Okay, Beastmaster gonna get his dragon again. Oh, they're gonna find the Sven. Just have that Aegis. Can they kill him off twice? He has God Strength and BKB. Here comes the Ravage. Getting onto that Beastmaster. He uses the BKB. Keeping him alive for a little bit. Lasso is up. Sven going to be able to knock out that Batrider so quickly afterwards. Alacrity onto the Terrorblade. Not able to do anything because he's stunned up from the Supernova. Gaiman chasing down the rest of Secret now. Invoker not going to be able to get out. Beastmaster just barely staying behind the lines so that he doesn't get gone on to. Gaiman taking out 3 more kills, and huge ones at that. Oh, gosh. Anchor onto the Shadow Demon, but Meteor Hammer coming back down. Another kill for Gaiman, and they're going to be going for the next set of racks. I mean, Secret, do they even have buybacks? They don't even have buybacks. They bought out. So yeah, another set of racks gonna go for Gaiman Gladiators. Might even go for the end. They're gonna go for it, Roar, but that's not gonna help you. Beastmaster just gonna get whipped back into the fountain. Has a ton of damage getting stolen onto this Razor. And Gaiman, they're just gonna try to end. Terrorblade is back up though, and he has the BKB. Sven going right onto him. Holy crits! What was that? He died in like 3 hits. This Sven has huge amounts of damage and actually went a Revenant Approach. What? What is that? Man, that's one for the history books. Revenant Brooch on Sven. But good job to Gaiman. They saw that opening in the Roshan pit, and they took it. So game 1, going the way of Gaiman Gladiators. Huh? Will it not let me download it? Hello? Oh, was that it? It was just one game? Oh, man. Well, let's just analyze it a little bit then. Why not? So this, I don't get. Like, okay. So I kind of get it, because you're able to have the True Strike to get through the Ghost Scepter, and, well, again, have the True Strike to get through the Butterfly, but it's just such an odd item to get on a Sven. He does not have that kind of intelligence to warrant the passive on this. But, I mean, if you can just 2-shot 4 of the heroes on Secret, and like 3-shot the Terrorblade, I say go for it. Like, it's very interesting to get this item, but I kind of like it. But the rest of these items, they're very cookie cutter and very in meta. So like, Trait Protector, very support build. You get the Blink Dagger so that you can get the good overgrowths off, Force Staff to help out your team members or to help you to get out of any danger. The Tide Hunter, Shiva's Octarine Blink Dagger, very normal. Meteor Hammer, kind of meany, but at the same time, it's becoming more in meta for Tide Hunters to go that. So, I'm okay with it. Gives you that HP regen. that you kind of want as a Tide Hunter, and you're able to pressure towers a lot earlier than you would be if you didn't have this. Because none of their heroes are that much tower hitty kind of thing. Razor, this build is a little bit odd. You don't have any outright damage item, but I mean, these items that he does have keep him alive long enough that he can get those really good static links off and be able to just suck all of the damage away from any hero that you're on top of and give it to yourself. So in that way, he does get that damage. Phoenix, any item feels good on a Phoenix. You could go Yule's Lotus, Scythe of Vice. Let's just see other items that I've probably even gone. Like Shiva's, I felt really good with Shiva's before. Heart especially felt good when Phoenix was a strength hero. I've gone Rod of Atos before. Octarine Core wouldn't feel bad. Ags, again, wouldn't feel bad. Keep your egg alive longer. Heaven's Halberd, really good. So Phoenix is a very flexible hero when it comes to items. So this does not feel uncomfortable for me. So let's move on to Secret. I mean, this is kind of what the Shadow Demon had to go with. He got Ghost Scepter, very good against all of Game and Gladiator, but I mean, that Revenant Brooch just crushed them. Able to have True Strike, which no other item other than Bloodthorn gives you, and to have it for 5 hits, so you can just hit each hero and you'd be fine. While Bloodthorn, you have to hit the one hero that it's on. And the Bloodthorn can be dispelled. So that's another reason for getting this Revenant's Brooch. Sorry, allergies. So yeah, Ghost Scepter, very good in general. But once that Sven got Revenant's Brooch, kind of bad. Blink Dagger, I get it. He needs to be able to jump the backline before they get jumped. So don't mind that. Beastmaster, very cookie cutter build. You go that Helm of the Overlord, helps you amp your farming ability, and then BKB, AC, other aura items if necessary. But I mean, up against this team, you don't really want to be going like Pipe, because they don't have a ton of magic damage anyways. Their main focus is right click. So I get why he didn't go Pipe and they just went BKBs on their 2 cores here. I would have liked to see a BKB on the Invoker, but I think that would have been a little bit farther down the line. I don't mind the Lincolns here. He was getting a lot of static links onto him. He was getting a lot of stuns onto him. And having the Gush or that, what is it? The Anchor, the Deep in the Water, whatever. The new ability for Tide Hunter is Axe. So he was getting a lot of that onto him. So I don't mind the Lincolns, and plus he's a universal hero. That kind of feels nice. Hurricane Pike counteracts the Razor's static link, so I get that. So yeah, fairly common build for Invoker, since he got changed in the patch, of course. Terrorblade's build, cookie cutter again. The Butterfly felt awesome until the Revenant's Brooch. That Revenant's Brooch just crushed them. A very, very niche and situational item that just complemented everything that Secret was trying to counter. But otherwise, other items, very cookie cutter. You got the Scotty, BKB, Manta. Not exactly sure what this last item would be. I would imagine it would be a Daedalus, but you could have also gone for Silver Edge. Batrider, cookie cutter build again. Get the Blink Dagger, Force Staff. Get the Boots of Bearing. So yeah, Secret, very cookie cutter in their builds. I don't mind it though. I mean, it's just how the heroes are played. Sven, honestly, was not expecting this Revenant's Brooch. Like, I would have thought that the Echo Saber would be in there and that he would have gotten the Swift Blink. But, I mean, just thinking outside that box is so good. Yeah, yeah. It's just so nice to see that. And, I mean, it's not like Secret's heroes were doing bad. Like, they weren't in the lead as far as net worth goes for the longest time. Like, after the 22-minute mark here, they weren't in the lead at all. They were just getting picked off left and right. And the Sven, Tidehunter, Razor, after they got the first couple of items, were just grouped together and hardly split at all unless they could find the very easy pickoffs. And unfortunately, that first pick Invoker didn't turn out. Like, as you can see here, he's the lowest on the core list. And he stayed that way throughout the entirety. He actually went lower than the Phoenix towards the end, but game was kind of over at this point. So yeah, good job to Gaming Gladiators. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and I will be right back. We'll move on to another game after I get back. Okay, I am back. So, let me see. Ah, yes. I forgot. I have a new game demo to kind of go through. Figured it'd be a nice time to do that since. Let's see there. Since I liked it, I went through the demo already once, and it's a pretty nice game. It's got very good potential, and I would just like to kind of show it off to, well, give them a little bit more support. Okay, so this game is Great Houses of Calderia. And we'll kind of go through this as the demo goes on. So yeah. Alright. So the gist is we are a lord of a small plot of land where we kind of help grow that land into a great place. So I should have gone through that, but there were a bunch of different kind of houses that you can pick, and each of those houses give a bonus to one different area. And then after you pick it, you can choose your different, well, family members. I am going to be okay with whatever they give me. I'm not going to be too picky. But as you can see, it's very different for each one. And there's multiple different things that can change up. Like this one, since she's a bridge builder, she has +2 for diplomacy. But she's also wrathful. So bonuses in military and intrigue, but -2 to diplomacy. So kind of counteracting that first one. And the last one, vengeful, +2 to intrigue and military, but another -2 to diplomacy. So not very good in diplomacy, oddly enough. But she has other areas that she's really good in, like the intrigue and military. And so on and so forth. So we're going to go ahead and go with these guys. I'm perfectly fine with that. And you get to choose your banner, which, as you can see, they are very different. These ones are animals, but they do have other things as well. I'm going to go ahead and go with this one. Looks pretty nice. And then you get to choose the different background for the banner. And sure. And then you can choose colors. I'm actually going to be okay with these colors, so I'm going to keep them. And yeah. So now we get to choose the landscape that we start out in. We can start in the flatlands, which is basically your kind of starting from scratch. You start in the lands in the east, where you have high population and crops bonuses, or you can start in the Hilllands, where they are south and mathematicians. So a lot of your crafting goes on there. You got the mountains, a lot more materials and ores to be had there in the north, or you can be in the west in the steppes with varied effects. So the first time that I played in the flatlands. It was very nice. Lots of bonuses to the crops as well as vineyards. You got different like livestock, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna do the mountain range, and this is kind of like this point that you are picking your different lands. Everything that you see that's kind of highlighted is what you can pick from, and then you can click on them and they will show you the different buffs and debuffs that the land has. So I'm just gonna look around, see what we got. This one's pretty good. Got the gold buff, and then the materials and metal ore buff, and you don't have that debuff for crops. So not bad there. This one's kind of nice because you start off with a fairly decent population. You do have that debuff for the crops and livestock though. But I mean, you can counteract that with the buffs that you get from everything else. Let's look here. Not bad. This. Very good, great yield from that. And wine. And let's see this. This one's pretty mediocre. So I kind of want to just go generic, so I think we'll start here just to have some bonuses, not a whole lot of debuffs, and just to kind of show off the main aspects of this game. So let's go ahead and get started. And we will play through the tutorial, just so that if I miss anything, hopefully the tutorial will catch it. And then if this ends kind of quickly, we'll go through another round of the demo, and I'll just try to do as much as I can. So, yes. So, like I said, members of your house, hover over them, and it gives you a better picture of what they can do. Fiefdom is the homeland where our family lives, and then this is the barons. So we are a baron. The counts are ahead of us, and so we pay the taxes to the counts, and the counts are under the dukes, and the dukes are under the viceroy. Viceroy is head of everything. Click that if you want to center back onto your fiefdom. So we're going to click on the fiefdom, and then we're going to view to see what all it kind of entails in our fiefdom. So the population of your fiefdom is shown here, right there. The first number is population, second one is the cap, and then the bar on the left side is the increase for your population. When it gets to the highest point, that's when you're going to be getting a new person. Alright, so your population amount translates to the workers, which are those little pawns. And it's wise to have enough crops to feed your people, so you want enough people in the farm so that this gets positive. So click on the farm profession, up. There we see the workers. There we see how much is getting produced in a day, which right now is at negative. And this is showing the workers, their wages, and this is all of the different things that kind of go into the daily production. And so now it wants us to drag workers from these other areas into the farmers so that we can help mitigate some of that production loss. So we'll take both from there, and that will leave us at a 0 increase on that. But that will be okay, because these other areas... Well, you know what? Let me take it back. And I wanted to put the vineyard person in there now, but that will work for us for the moment. Workers, or your population grows according to the happiness of your workers. So if you have people that are unhappy in an area, each one of those people will lower the growth of your city. So the more happy people you have will increase that growth. Right now, we're at a negative, so it's going to be a little bit before we can get that rate back up. As you can see, different areas do different things. So you may assign family members to oversee the professions. It wants us to drag this lady onto that icon. And now we can see the different buffs, debuffs, and just kind of see how the production is going to do for her in this area. The happiness is not actually going to get us to 0. So we would like to have somebody else in there, but it's just going to be a little bit before we can get there. Otherwise, everything else looks pretty good. Austerity is just below even. The safety is well above what we need. Production is also a little bit above. Alright. And then this is kind of showing the bar that we see up here in the top middle. So the amount of resources, or the amount of all of your resources are here. Your surplus or deficit per day is indicated by the small number, which is right here below their icons. And then this icon indicates there is a problem with production. So as we can see, the masons show that there's a problem with the materials, and the herdsman shows that there's a problem with the herds, which is kind of to be expected. I mean, we don't have anybody in either of those. And then click the back button or right mouse button to return to the map when you are ready. So once you're done in this window, you can right click anywhere or click this back button to get back into that overworld. But right now, the game is paused while you're in this menu. But let's see real quick. I would like to get their happiness up, and everything else is kind of okay. Yeah, because the production is up by 10, their safety is up by 40, their happiness is, well, they're neutral, which isn't bad, but it's also not good. So we'll just have to see what we can do about that later on. But let's see what we can do with these other characters. So with her, we could increase the amount of money that we get, increase the grape yield, basically increase any of these yields, which is not particularly bad. So let's go ahead and put her in here and then kind of see. So yeah, her safety is going to be really good because her intrigue is very high. Production is also going to be good because the military is a good amount. It's just that diplomacy making the happiness not that great. Granted, it's not negative, but we would like to get it positive. So let's see if we can increase that on any of these other ones. So he does not increase the production hardly at all. So we're going to see if we can bring anybody else in there to increase that. I don't think she's going to increase it. Yeah, she does not increase anything. How about you? You'd be good at increasing, but the safety and the austerity is going to be down a little bit. You must pay your workers for their labor. Each profession has 3 tiers of wages to choose from, provided you can produce the resource needed. Wages are consumed daily in addition to feeding your workers. The better wages you can afford, the happier the workers will become. And then happiness increases your population growth. So let's see. So this one has pretty good amount of production growth. So we'll put you in the mines. You can also order your workers to work harder, increases work effort, boosts production, but also makes workers unhappy. Better wages help to mitigate the problem. So we could increase their effort, but we would want to increase their wages as well. Right now, I don't really want to do that because our wages are already kind of suffering. We're already in the negative with our livestock. So let's see. She's really good. Yeesh, girl. Let's go ahead and put you in here. And that's going to increase our growth by 2 stages. You know what? You're going there. You're going there. There we go. So now our farmers are exceedingly happy. They have very low austerity. Their safety is pretty good, plus 30%, and their production is at plus 25%. So she is fantastic, and at only 18 years of age, too. Eesh. Okay, so that's all that I really need to do here as far as I know. For now. We'll get into other things later. We want to continue the tutorial though. Your current objective can be seen here, which is on the right. You've done the first one already, which is assign an overseer. Good diplomatic relations are important. Send an official visit to your overlord's fiefdom to improve relations. So what we want to do is click on the banner, click diplomacy, and then do an official visit. Honestly, if I had a choice, I would not pick her, but it's forcing me to. Like, her diplomacy is so bad. Like, sure, she has the +2 here from bridge building, but she has -2 on each of these. All delegations have to be done by someone in your family. Choose a leader for your delegation. Yeah, didn't have a choice there, unfortunately. And then you may choose who you are going to visit by selecting a member from the other family on the right side. which again doesn't really give me a choice. But we're going to have to work with it. And then these little circles indicate personal relations, which are very high between each other. And then these shields indicate the house relations, which again are pretty high. Choose people who like each other. And then once you have chosen from each house, you can send that person on the trip. Here are the time controls. Whenever an event pops up, the map is paused until you resolve them. So right now we're paused, and we have our person here who is going to be traveling to this fiefdom here, which is very close, which is very nice. I didn't think it was going to be there. But yeah, there we go. And the other task that we have is to construct a building. So what we can do there is go into our view, and then each of these areas... Oh, I accidentally clicked that without reading it. I'm sorry. An upgrade with a tool icon can be built immediately. The tool icon indicates that you don't have enough resources to build the upgrade. It's a red tool icon, by the way. When an upgrade is started, all the workers in the profession will focus on completing it, and they will not produce any resources during the construction. A lock icon indicates that some other upgrade must be built before this upgrade is unlocked. All professions have 4 tiers of upgrades that are unlocked by the upgrades made to your castle. First profession. Upgrading your castle to Fort, Keep, Fortress, Citadel will unlock new upgrade tiers in all professions. Very nice. Profession upgrades have various effects. Increase the city size, increase the worker slots, unlock a new military unit, companion, profession, better wage tier, new work effort tier, or improve the fiefdom's safety. So, we don't have anything right now that we can upgrade in the keep area, but that does not mean we can't do anything anywhere. So let's just look around real quick. Can't do anything at the farmers, nothing at the vineyard, nothing at the masons, nothing at the herdsmen, nothing at the mines, and nothing at the smiths. Kind of to be expected, our materials are very low. So let's go ahead and switch up our area real quick so that we can get that increase in material. It will mean we'll have a deficit in our grapes, but that's going to be fine. We have quite a bit in stock, and we can always change things around if needed later on. But right now, we kind of need the materials so that we can start getting some of these upgrades going, which will help us in the long run. And let's just have time go by. And as you see, these numbers are fluctuating quite a bit. The food especially will fluctuate because people will have better production yields at different times of the years, or they will have like different needs come up, or trades or whatnot. Okay, but our official has made it to our... Oh, what was this again? We're a baron. It's not a duke. Duke is one above it. I forget what it is. Because it goes Viceroy, Duke. I don't remember. But anyways, we made it. Most interactions between other families are presented with events. The event happens to the person on the left. Skills of the characters have often the greatest impact on the possible outcomes. A skill of 10 to 12 is average, 18 plus is superb. Traits may also affect the events depending on the context. And you can hover over the different skill icons to see what each of them represent. Personal relations and house relations can often hinder or help your cause. Personal relations are the little circles, while the house relations are the shields. And it wants me to hover over them. But as you can see, we have very good house relations with them at plus 30. And then very good family relations at plus 35. So now we get to choose what we're going to have happen with this event. So you may choose what your family members try to achieve, but their characteristics determine how well they succeed. The skills of the event characters are often compared to each other. And then it wants me to hover over them. We'll get into that once we get through the tutorial phase. So, Achele Lobos, or Achele. I'll say Achele. Lobos has traveled to Berta to visit the creatrix, the family in charge of us. And the leader of the family greets us warmly. What should our concern or our person concentrate on during the visit? Gathering information, discussions with this person, or having a good time. I kind of want to do gathering information because it compares our intrigue, and we have a very high intrigue. We do also compare diplomacy, which won't be as good, but we'll just kind of see what goes on here. Okay, we got a bonus to the family and house relations with these people, which is very nice. And yeah, so you can check all of your current, past, and future objectives from this button, the Objectives button. And then this is the end of the tutorial. Feel free to browse around, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, we can kind of see what kind of different things have gone on with our objectives. The tutorial kind of limits it by quite a bit, but I'm sure that it will be expanded once everything kind of gets fleshed out and they bring it out to either early access or they just fully launch it. Okay, so we have 2 family members without a task and 2 family members who are unmarried. So let's go ahead and see what we can do about that. So remember, the Lobos is our family members, while the one on the right is a different family, at least for this instance. So right now we have this Lobos female and this Toledo male to kind of start courtships, which she is 10 years older than him. Not a terrible age gap. Suggests that 2 unmarried members of the 2 houses enter the idea of future marriage. First, you need to find suitable partners to one another. Then, after a 45 8-day courtship period, the two will decide whether or not they agree to marry each other. Marriage between two families means an alliance between the houses. Family Toledo is above you in the feudal hierarchy. And this person is our family member, is likely to be forced to join their family if courting is successful. So we have to keep that in mind when we do start these courtships, because if we aren't successful in having this Toledo male come to our family, like where we live, then our Lobos female will move to the Toledo family. It will still be a good relation for us as long as they get married. So let's go ahead and send her off to see what we can do there. But in the meantime, we had a couple of family members that did not have anything to do. I know that she is one. We'll send you there because I want to make sure that the keep is safe. Having that plus 90% is very nice. I don't think we got enough materials to really do anything quite yet. Nope. Okay, so we'll just continue. We'll continue to increase our material growth and just kind of go throughout. We still have one family member without anything to do, but that will just be a thing for right now. Hang on one second. Oh, an afternoon hunt. And different events will happen throughout the days. So just keep that in mind. They'll give different bonuses or even different problems that will come across as well. So, Vile joins the afternoon hunting trip with his noble friends and acquaintances. The nearby forest is blessed with favorable weather today, mild and cloudy. He finds a good spot in a clearing, prepares his chosen tools, and waits for his prey to appear. So we get to choose the different tools that he is going to be able to use to hunt. So it's in a clearing by the forest, and it's very favorable weather. So let's just kind of see what we have. So this one is looking at the entry, and let's just kind of look through them. That's for military, that's as well military, and that's diplomacy. I'm gonna go ahead and use traps. Okay. Bile waits patiently for the fluffy rabbit to jump directly into the trap. The bunny sniffs, searching for something to eat. It notices the bait, but doesn't get caught in the trap. Frustrated, Bile runs to see what went wrong with the trap. The loop in the rope was too loose for the rabbit to get stuck. Oh no. Well, that's what happens, and that's why it got away. He swears quietly and fixes the trap, returning to wait for more prey to arrive. Oof. But that's just what happens. But we still have two other members of the family that are not married yet. So it was showing this person down here, who is our best person by far. And who else was it? Oh, right, our first person. Bad Omen. Giacinta Lobos has arrived at Treviamore to court the Toledo man. At the day of her arrival, the black bird was found. Oh no. Dead on her windowsill. She sees it as a bad omen. How should she dispel such beliefs? So her intrigue isn't that good. If we can get one of the others, they're all intrigue. So make a favorable interpretation, appeal to logic, or assure that the omen is not about you. We're gonna assure that the omen's not about me and kind of work through it. But it's -10 for House Toledo to us, and a -20 for him to her. But it's a +5 for the recent visit. We'll just kind of see how that goes. But in the meantime, we're going to see if we can find a suitable person for our main woman to do. To get hitched. Okay. So we'll go ahead and send her off to find a suitable person that way. Okay. So I think we can start construction on something. I want to see if we can get the masons. Yes. Okay, so I could go with this and unlock a higher wage option for this profession. That wouldn't necessarily be bad, because then I could increase their work effort. We'll just have to see, because let's check out some of the other things that might have opened up. Don't really need the vineyard upgraded at this time, and the keep is fine. What does this do? Metal production at 30% for the construction, and it builds drift mines. Gives you plus 15% for that resource. What did this one give? I think I'm going to go with this one so that we can get our materials improved a little bit. Steel production halted for the construction. Yep. So as you can see, the materials gained decreased by quite a bit, but that's because the person that was working in the masons is now improving the masons. Okay. So we still have BL Lobos, who doesn't have a task. And honestly, I kind of... No, not you. Can I choose somebody else? I just sent one of my other... I just sent my leader over to him. So I'd rather not do that. And I know it's paused because of that, but I want to go through some of the other things real quick. So, like, you see in our view, we have diplomacy and military along with our view, but in other places, we can do trade and intrigue changes. So, what I want to do is send one of our people that don't have a task right now to one of these other settlements to try to increase accounts. That's what it is. The counts are above barons. But I want to send them there so that we can initiate trades and increase our favor with the different people around us. But let's go ahead and get this going. Our leader's servant informs her that Toledo has business in town and he would like to meet. Okay, that's not bad. This is the family that we kind of had bad omens with, that blackbird dying. But she thinks this would be perfect opportunity to build bonds. How would she proceed to do that? Should she lavish Toledo with gifts, challenge him with all-night partying, or just spend some quality time together? And as you can see, this would be economy, and we would have to spend 25 gold in order to use it. We could do this, which is comparing the military, and this one, just average relations with each other. I think I'm going to go with this one, because our military is pretty good. Toledo enjoys the dance and festivities, and this raises the enjoyment of people. Her enjoyment of people. And then we got the sociable trait. Okay, not bad. So that kind of counteracts these two other traits that decreased our diplomacy. Okay, we're good there. So very nice. But let's go ahead and start trades. We'll start trades with you. We'll go up. Let's read through this real quick. Trading is an important part of life. Trading is an important part of life in Calderia. It is not exactly mercantile society anymore here in Calderia. It is better to create surplus production and trade it away for resources you don't produce yourself. With trade, there's multiple things that impact the trade. Valuation of the resources being bought by each party, need for the resources being traded, relations between the parties, and the personality of the trading partners. You need to select which of your family member will go on the trade delegation by drag and dropping him or her from the left. Here on the left, you can see the resources you have to offer for trade. As you click them to be sold, you can select the amount to be sold. The same logic naturally applies to the other family. There are a few important things to note. Valuation of goods is dependent on a buyer's need for it. Therefore, it varies from situation to situation. Caravan size dictates how long the trade will last and how much of your daily production is reserved for the trade. Willingness shows how eager the other family is to agree to the trade. High willingness indicates that you might improve your relation with the proposal. Low willingness indicates the chance of the other family rejecting the trade or agreeing upon, then hurting your relations with them. Okay. 3 more things about the trade. If the opponent agrees to the trade or not, that is decided when the delegation arrives. This in turn depends on the negotiators. You could select a well-liked family member to go on to trade to increase your chances. Tough negotiation that sometimes take place. Hang on. Tough negotiation that sometimes take place. They are resolved in social conflicts. They represent the negotiations and will let you handle which things you have or you value more than the other elements. When successful, your family member will then be handling this trade route. This means you can't use that character for other tasks until the trade route is completed. Trade routes can also be attacked by spies of other families. All right. So we're wanting to trade off some of our food, and hopefully we can get something good out of it. So right now they have a decrease in their livestock and wine, so that would be a pretty good thing to trade with them, but I do not have either of those in an increase either, so I can't do that. We are going to do crops, and what we're going to do in turn is get some materials out of them. Now, as you see, the value for the crops is a lot less than the value for what we're buying the tools for. So what we're going to do is increase our crops to a little bit above what the tools are worth that they're wanting to sell. Alright. So we could increase the duration of this trip, because right now it's just 5 times. I could make it 11 times and go for 309 days. Or I could go all the way down to just 2 trips at 56 days. I personally am just going to go for the 2 trips so that we can kind of free up whoever we put in here, which is going to be this gentleman. It's not going to be this gentleman. How about you? Oh, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like her. Okay, this is good. Seller has stubborn -3. I think this will still be good because we at least have favorable relations with the house and there's no negative for us. So let's go ahead and send Chloe to trade with our count. And in the meantime, we will want to put this person in her place. And yeah, that's kind of it. We can look around to see what is kind of the going is on, but for the most part, we're just kind of taking it in. Every once in a while there will be different events and different things for us to do, but let's go ahead and see this bad omen. Oh. So Miss Lobos here has arrived at Sir Salvatore's. And at the day of her arrival, a blackbird was found dead. Well, let's go ahead and try the make a favorable interpretation. Hey! Okay. So, she explains that the black bird signifies how one shouldn't give power to fears and doubts. It's a testament of confidence. Will you rather be a white dove soaring the blue skies, or the blackbird, unable to fly ever again? Ooh. And he seems convinced and resolved. Good. So plus 15 for the courtship, and then plus 5 for the recent visit to him. And he got a bonus in confidence. Very nice. So we made it to their house, and it's this gentleman, which actually has very good family relations with us. Your trade delegation arrives at Berta. Your delegation is led by this lovely lady, and this gentleman welcomes her. After pleasantries have been exchanged, it becomes clear that the different parties have different ideas about how the deal should go, but both are ready to follow up on the original offer. So, this is the offer that we have given them right now. So, let's go ahead and let negotiations follow. Social conflicts represent several topics that have to be achieved through intense negotiations. They are presented as a tactical combat between the negotiators. So you see our character on the left, their character on the right, and the negotiations are led by these characters. These are the topics that require negotiations. And then the topics of negotiation: winning and losing effects, the special rules, and then adjusting the number of companions if auto-resolved. Okay, so we could choose to go for one or the other, or try to get both, but there's a possibility that we could just outright lose both. So we can choose to go for the pay 10% less for the goods, and the winning outcome, we pay 10% less. Or we can choose to receive more resources, in which we receive them. And so let's go ahead and click next. Companions are your entourage from highly regarded occupations, each bringing their viewpoints to the matter at hand. Every companion has 4 different stats. So you can hover over them to see their description, and here they are down here. So here is the number of companions you have currently chosen and how many you are allowed to bring along. So we can bring all of these people, which I am going to do, by the way. Your opponent may be able to bring more or less than you. Whoever has the upper hand in negotiations may bring more companions. Each companion belongs in one of these class categories: diplomacy, economy, intrigue, or military. Check what companion classes your opponent is bringing. Each class has a natural attack bonus against one other class. Example, any diplomacy companion gains a 50% attack when negotiating against any economy companion. So it looks like its diplomacy has advantage over economy. Economy has advantage over intrigue or over military. Military has bonus over intrigue. Intrigue has bonus over diplomacy. Kind of shows it down here as well. Alright. Choose the companion you wish to bring by clicking their portrait. Tip, hover over any of the details to receive more info. Check what your opponent is bringing and choose companions that are good against them. So, we are going to be bringing all of them, because why not? When you are ready to begin the negotiations, click Confirm. Take as many companions along as you can. Yes. Well, I don't want to confirm yet. I wanted to hover over these. But okay! So we have all of our companions figured out. And he has 3 military companions, 1 economy, and 1 intrigue companion. So our diplomacy companion is going to be doing good against his economy. Our economy companion is going to be doing good against his military. And our military is going to be doing good against his intrigue. Our intrigue companion is not going to fare as well in this battle, but that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You just don't have that buff, but they're still useful. It's not like they're completely out of the fight and not worth anything. So we got our 5, and let's go ahead and confirm. Here are the negotiation fields. Each of them has a different topic. As you can see above, we have the different topics. You got the pay 10% less, or receive more resources. Your units begin the negotiations from their own starting nodes. The aim of the negotiation is to conquer the opponent's starting nodes. So as you see, we have our starting nodes while they have their starting nodes, and we're trying to take over the opponents, as it says. Alright, so the negotiations begin with assigning your units to the starting nodes of any of the negotiation fields. Tip, click on a unit card to show their strengths and weaknesses against opponents. Units are strong against the up arrows that are green, and weak against the down arrows that are red. So let's go ahead. We'll select a military. So as you see, it shows that we have a bonus versus this guy on the left, but a decrease against this lady on the right. And yeah, we'll have you focus on this, and we'll have you go like that. But that's just kind of how you play this game out. It's a little bit awkward at times because of the different layouts that they can have, but we should be able to sneak out both of these if we can. So let's go ahead, we'll get set up. Okay, so as you see, there's 2 decreases for her if she were to go into this area, because this is the lady for intrigue. We're going to have her focus down this lady on the right because they're neutral, and this lady on the right is good against our military, and we have 2 military that we need to be kind of protecting. And then our economy is going to be going into this area, as they are good against these 2 military units that we see on the right board. So we'll put 1 there, and then I'd rather not have them if I can afford it. We'll have our general be on this side, and we'll be able to add these 2 as our pieces move out towards the enemy's side. Alright, once your pieces are in the start nodes, you may command them to move to another node on the negotiations field. Units engage in negotiations with opposing units connected to them. Units have to conquer a node as their own before they can advance to a new node. And so you can see there's these neutral nodes that are in between us and the enemy's starting nodes. We have to get into those nodes, hold it for a time, and then they can move on to the next one. Okay. Characters and higher tier companions may have special abilities they can use during the negotiations, which I'm not really going to go into. There's a lot about that. Just kind of trying to go over the basics, really. And then you can toggle the movement as well, as you can see here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to do this as best I can. And then this orders a unit to back to reserve. Negotiations happen in real time, and they begin as you click the ready button. You can pause the negotiations at any point by pressing the pause or space. Tip: you may give commands even when time is paused. Units will perform the actions once time continues. Alright, I think we are ready. So let's go ahead and begin. And as you see, the different pieces are moving. And he has already sent his piece to move in and conquer even more of our territory over here. So we're going to go over here and try to take out this area for us very quickly. We're going to let our guy heal up in the meantime. And I want you to move over there and over here. So that we can hopefully get this one as well, since we did conquer this side. I'm going to let our main man get a little bit more health as we try to get this one. I'm not confident we're going to get this one, though. It's very hard to get both of them. But, I mean, if we can, I'm going to go for it. Okay, so we're able to knock out a good amount of their guys. And we just need to try to hold onto these while she is taking up one of their spots. Okay, we're going to try to take over this side now, but it looks like we're just going to get kicked out and likely lose this. That's perfectly fine, though. I wasn't exactly expecting to win both of them. I'm happy just winning one, honestly. Yeah, we're just kind of gonna let them go for it. I'm gonna see if we can stall it out, but it's basically over. So we got one, they got one. I'm happy. Yep, there we go. So we got the 10% less for paying, but they got the received 10 or 15% more resources from the opponent. I'm not mad at that. It is what it is. Okay, so we still have a little bit of time before our construction is done there. Oh. We got an official visit. This lady has arrived for a visit. She talks enthusiastically about increasing cooperation between the families of them and us, and how that would benefit them both. How should Lobos proceed with their guest? Discuss ways to improve their relationship, invite her on a hunting trip, or remain cautious. Now, these first two wouldn't necessarily be bad. We have pretty high levels in both of those. I am going to do the discuss ways to improve their relationship, though. And we did. Good. So, plus 10 for each side, and then plus 5 for the visit. I will just want to see what they have in their bonuses. It looks like they're in farming mainly. They can't really afford to do anything else. They do have a good amount of materials. But I want to get some diplomacy started up over here. We'll send you, and I don't really have good relations, but this one has very good house relations. So we'll see what we can get done there. Okay, she made it. Official visit. She has arrived and is greeted by Miss Nueva. She arranges a formal meeting and asks to name a topic they'd be willing to discuss during the meeting. Let's go with trade affairs. She has the best economy out of it. And there we go. They agree that economy matters should be prioritized over others. While delving further, the agreements become sparse. They both have a vision about how business should run, and in the end agree to disagree. So not bad, and we did get a little bit of favor with this family. So good, honestly. I could have gone a lot worse. Okay. Ooh, save the date. Olia receives an old-looking letter. When he opens it, a shiver runs up his spine, noticing it was an invitation to an important celebration that he has now missed. How should he respond to this missed opportunity? and it is for House Toledo. So we want to make sure that we get a good impression off on them. And since we want a good impression, I am going to go with this one. So we'll send a gift and an apology. And that increases our favor on both sides. And it doesn't decrease the gold, but that's kind of to be expected with a gift. Alright. And we're almost done with that building upgrade. So we'll be getting materials a little bit faster. There we go. Oh. Initial growth. You have successfully completed the initial growth of your fiefdom, which was the objective. And of your own power. This is just the first step in your path to prominence. New objectives unlocked. Excellent. So now it wants us to trade and then send a court member. Oh, a date at the theater. Ah, so these two are the ones that we are kind of courting to get married. So she was told about a traveling theater troupe playing at Boliveri, which is where he is at, by the way. She decides to use the performance as an excuse to spend time with this gentleman. The troupe relentlessly ridicules the nobility while also poking fun at commoners and burghers. He watches the performance intensely, and she has a hard time interpreting what he might be thinking. And so we could mock the trope, which uses our military to kind of sort out this one. We could praise their ingenuity, which uses the diplomacy, or we could try to get him to say how he likes the performance so far, which uses our intrigue. So his intrigue is very low, while our intrigue is very high. So I'm imagining that's going to be very good for us. And yes, plus 15 in the courtship, plus 11 for infatuation, and plus 8 for the other side of infatuation, and then a plus 5 for the recent visit. Very nice. Let's go ahead and do that court member. We will send her to meet with him. Would be stationed in the other house's court as advisor. This would improve your relations to the family, as well as provide in-depth knowledge what goes on in their fiefdom. ABC of diplomacy. You have successfully acquired the basic skills in the art of diplomacy. You are now on the better side of those who fool and those who are fooled. The objectives unlocked. So now it wants us to court somebody, and then propose marriage, and then arrange a marriage. So we already have that started, because we have our lovely lady courting a gentleman. But first, I want to see if we can get anything else upgraded. I really doubt it, because we don't have the materials. But you never know. I might have missed something before. Aha. The vessels. Okay, so we don't have the mining actually available to even consider this quite yet. We would need to get our mining up by quite a lot, because we're at minus 1.5. It's just getting consumed so quickly to get that steel going. So we would want to get either this, well, I guess just this up. I don't see anything else that would really help. So yeah, we would want to get this going. which needs another 70. So yeah, we'll just wait. Insufficient resources is the grapes. And then the unmarried is still her. Port member. On the night that she arrives, he arranges a ball for the court. Participating in a group dance could be a good chance to raise status within the company. Impress them with your skills or flirt while dancing. So both of our intrigue is at the same level. I could just go with the simple impress them with your skills though. Let's go with the flirt. Okay, she gets some smiles for their effort and is approved to join the court when he is asked. All right. All right, so we got the trade going as well. And we were able to get the materials that we need to upgrade this. And yes, our metal production is going to be lowered. Let's go ahead and move over the smith to that mining to help get that back up a little bit. Okay, are we done with that trade? We are. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to trade steel. And we don't need crops. That's what we were selling to them earlier. We're going to go with metal ore right now. And as you can see, it's quite a bit more expensive if we were to go with this. So we'll go a little bit more metal ore just to even it out so that we don't get too much gold. And then we'll decrease this to 2 trips again because we don't have all that much steel. And we shall send Miss Cleo again. And send. All right. Our lovely lady is back. Unruly servants. Chloe and Gorka negotiations are interrupted when their workers and our servants break into fighting, and they seem to fight over the fairness of the deal being made. Okay. So I could lower the demands, scold the servants harshly, demand that they settle this immediately, or suggest that you continue the negotiations in private. Our diplomacy is not really that good right now. The military for us isn't bad. Which, oddly enough, It's in our favor. It's 10% generous. So I don't understand. So let's try this one and demand that they settle this immediately. Minus 12% for each side. He isn't affected by your presence and doesn't do anything to calm the situation. I think we have some amendments to make, considering how much we're paying you. Okay, so they actually decreased their gold amount, while ours stayed the same. Oh, they decreased their amount in total. Well, sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet. Let me see. Okay, she can marry now. Okay. Overseeing. There's been an accident in the Masons, and one of the workers got badly hurt. Now the workers are demanding safer working conditions. She is shocked by the accident and feels that it is her duty to do something. So we can choose to listen to the workers' concerns, or create new regulations. That one wouldn't be good for us because we have our economy is the lowest skill. Or we could investigate the accident, which is probably the worst option for us because our intrigue and economy are the lowest. I think we want to listen to the workers' concerns. Okay, the workers have a lot of complaints, and she is worried that the next accident is just around the corner. She creates new guidelines which make the work safer, but as a consequence, productivity decreases. So production is decreased by 10% for the next 90 days, and the safety has decreased. Okay. I almost forgot. I'm very forgetful. But now, we can suggest a marriage between the two houses. So let's go ahead and send her off. And yes, this deal is now in a deficit because of the trade. But honestly, I am perfectly fine with that because we don't have the materials anyways. Okay, so the smith, the miners just got an upgrade. And now they'll be producing more ore so that we can get our steel going faster. And there you go. We now have a surplus in our ore, and now we're creating more steel. We do have quite an excess in farm, or in the crops. So we'll go ahead and start getting our vineyard going again. All of our people are in different areas. I would rather keep them in different areas. So this is just going to remain steady. And we're almost at another person, by the way, which is going to be very helpful. I'm waiting to get another thing upgraded until we can get more materials in our storage. I'm hopeful that we can get through the marriage portion, like the whole wedding and such, before the demo finishes. Okay, we're almost there. Boom, population. We have now increased to 9. Alright. So that extra person goes straight into farming. And what we can do, well, put them into the vineyard so that we can get even more grapes to come out for us. I don't really need them in livestock right now. Yeah. Oh, elderly. Which one of our people are elderly? Happy birthday! He is now elderly. To capture his legacy, the portrait will be renewed. You have seen many friends and enemies, and you have experienced earthly burdens and pleasures. Autumn's winds will now carry you forward. Happy birthday! But nothing happens, so we just move on. Is our trading done? Or do we still have marriage proposal? Yay! Okay, so they both sit across from each other at a private dinner table, their eyes fondly focused on each other as they discuss the important matter at hand. They have courted each other and are now trying to decide which of them will join the other's family and reside in their fiefdom. Once they have resolved this matter, they will finally become engaged to be married. According to tradition, the house that will gain a family or a new family member through marriage also promises to pay for the wedding expenses. So I really want him to join with us so that we can have another family member to put into the vineyard mostly, but also to be able to do more transactions around the region. So let's go ahead and enter the social conflicts. So this is very much so like the trading negotiations that we had before. We have different reward effects. These ones are House Lobos gains the rights to arrange the wedding within 90 days, and then this gentleman joins our house. So go ahead and go to next, and we are picking hang on one second. I do not want the intrigue actually, because the intrigue does not have any bonuses against the people that they are bringing. And since we can only bring 4 people, we want to bring the best ones. And so, since the military is good against the intrigue, we want them. Military good against intrigue. Diplomacy good against the economy. And economy good against the military. And let's play this one out. So again, board very similar to how it is with the negotiations. And let's just see what he has. So he does have that one there, which we have a bonus for. And there. And then you are good against them. You are good against them. So let's do this. That way we have 2 people on one. Well, so here's how I want it. You there, you attack them, and then we'll deal with you. There. Put these people back out there. There's no angles that I can get in anymore. Okay, we got that one now. Very good. Let's see if we can get this other one in our control. We got this one. So yep, we're going to be able to win this one very, very well. Quite handedly too. Like, boom. Yeah, boy. House Lobos gains the right to arrange the wedding within 90 days, and then he will join our house. So, now we need to arrange the wedding. I'm not sure how to do that. I've never gotten this far. The last time I played, I tried to get them to join our house, but I failed, and so they were the ones arranging the wedding, but they failed to do so, and I just never got to see that part. Okay, so let me just see. Our aura is kind of going down. Failure leads to success. Yeah, that can happen sometimes. Oh, we got another person elderly now. And that's actually the woman that we're trying to get married. Hopefully she'll have some more babies before she goes down. Okay. Arrange. But how? Like, it doesn't tell me how. Is it diplomacy? Ahaha! Diplomacy. There we go. And we have all that. So arrange. Blood is thicker than water. You have now learned the importance of marriage. Blood bonds are stronger than steel and are often the difference between being the one in shackles and the one who breaks them. And new objectives available. Unlock 7 companions. Unlock 5 military units. Recruit a spy. And grow your fiefdom to 12 population. That is not going to happen, by the way. Like, this demo is just too short. Not going to be able to get any of these other ones, I think. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. But I don't think we're going to get too much done. I thought I could... Okay, I can do this. Which increases our city size by 2. And the wage level as well. That wouldn't be bad, because we're going to kind of get capped if we were to get this next population. We could also go for this. This would increase our city size and the slots that we can have over here. Wouldn't necessarily be bad. I mean, anything I do here, I'm probably not even going to finish the build on, to be honest. Yeah, I'm kind of saying that we're done with this demo, basically. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to go through it. It looks like a very, very interesting game that can get very in-depth with the diplomacy and different events of what would go on in like the medieval time periods. Party of importance. Okay. She is frustrated because she kept a pledge to attend a wine and dinner party hosted by a local merchant family. However, the party turns out to be a socializing event with lower class burghers, and feeling awkwardly annoyed, she considers finding a way to leave. How should she proceed in this situation? So we could just stay at the party, which wouldn't be bad. Our diplomacy is incredibly high for her. Let's see what this... Okay, that's also diplomacy. This is intrigue. That one wouldn't be working out so well. Intrigue is not the best for her. Direct the topic to something funny. Okay. Or we could just outright leave the party. Let's do this one. Make it funny. Okay. She realizes the dinner provides an opportunity to discuss difficult topics, such as environmental issues and reasonable tax amounts during difficult times. The guests engage in a deep debate, sharing opinions and counter-arguments, and she finds the conversation enjoyable. The mood and the dinner shifts from formal to exciting, and she is happy to stay until the end. And now we've gained 2 more traits for her, which are cheerful and satisfied. Very nice. So that will last us... It says duration 180. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I imagine it's days. That's the only thing I can think of. So pretty good still. Nice outcome. Let's see. Okay, so I have Chloe available for trade. She is not that good with these guys. Let's do Olivier. Or not Olivier. Olivier. What do I want to trade? We don't have a ton of props. But we're at a deficit right now. I'd rather not do props. Steel would be pretty good, because we have a good income of steel. What do we want for it, though? I think materials, because they have quite the surplus of materials. Let's go ahead and get good hefty amount. Okay, I still want it to be so that they're good to us. And we'll do it in multiple trips. Well, we're not going to get done with... We'll do it in 3 trips, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, they have no use for steel. Oh. Let's do food. Let's do like 250. And we'll still try to do the materials. Let's go ahead and increase to 500. That way we can get a little bit more materials. There. Alright, and then we'll send them on their way. But we only have 60 days left, so we're probably not even going to get done with this trade route. That's fine. I don't even think we're going to get done with the farm upgrade. Oh, negotiations lead to conflict. Really? Your trade delegation arrives. Your delegation is led by him and him. He welcomes him. Olier. After pleasantries have been exchanged, it becomes clear that the different parties have different ideas about how the deal should go. But both are ready to follow up on the original offer. Let's see what the negotiations are. Okay, so it's the same as we've seen before. He does have a better spread, so he doesn't have too many clumped into his military. He does have at least one in each of them. It's the same as what we have, though. So we'll see how this can go. I would like to get more materials out of it if I can. So we're going to focus on this right one. Which... okay, she would be awful to start off with. So we're going to start with you. And you. And this side, I potentially could just leave completely open and not fight at all. But then they would get that for free and still have their guys to fight me. So what I'm going to do is just use the beneficial people and fight that way. And let's go. And I'll bring that guy in there just to make sure that we can secure it. Why aren't you moving? There. Took him a little bit. I don't know if that was lag. I don't know if there's lag in this game, really. Okay, it looks like this left side is getting bogged down a little bit, but we're having the victory there. This right side, we are definitely getting the upper hand on them. Okay, I really want this right side, so I'm going to try to go for it. Take out their guy. Hopefully we were able to give enough time, but it looks like we're just going to lose out on both sides, unfortunately. Yep, lost that side. Their guy is a lot healthier than ours. So, yeah, we're just going to... ugh. Unfortunate. Oh well, so we pay more. And we give more. But that's what can happen in the trades. I kind of focused a little bit too much on the left side. I should have held back on one of those people. Okay. Ranks of Calderia. A herald has arrived from the capital to deliver a royal invitation to our fair lady. By decree of the Emperor beyond the sea, the sigil of Prometheus and of bloodline importance, third of his siblings and fifth of his name. Oh my word, that's a name. Eleusis Palatine the Generous. Official honorary titles shall be bestowed upon the great houses of Calderia as a token of gratitude for serving the realm and the crown. Viceroy Innes of House Monsbara has departed to the Isle of Orsa to begin the preparations for the selection of these titles. Our Lady of House Lobos is hereby summoned to the Isle of Orsa to represent their house and to declare how they may be best serve the crown. And yep, we're gonna have them join the journey. Wedding. House Lovos is organizing a wedding between these two in Nerva province. You are invited to send a member of your house to take part in the celebration. Okay. That's all I needed to say, apparently. Like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do there. Like, I get that there's the deficits here, but it's not like I can really do a whole lot. Oh. I should... Why can't I send him? Is it because he's on... What? Can I send you? What? Or is it because she's... We're awaiting guests. 5 of the 6 guests to arrive. What is this one? Rank selection in 90 days. And then I know we got this one. So... Oh, this guy has begun his journey to the Isle of Orsa to represent House Lobos in the selection of ranks of Calderia. Safe journeys. Okay. And then, come on. Oh, I can do it now. That's weird. Okay, so we got that going. No! I didn't get it done in time before the demo ended. But this is Great Houses of Calderia. An interesting game that I haven't seen anything quite like it. Like, you can say that there are some games out there that are similar, but not... I haven't seen anything quite in depth in the way of diplomacy as this game. So, very interesting to see it go on. Yeah. I mean, I really liked it. I enjoyed playing it. I am really excited for when it comes out. Let me look real quick to see when it comes out. Give me 1 second. Oh. Oh, it's already out. I should probably buy it then. Okay, so yeah, I'll buy that game and kind of see how it goes. But the demo looked incredible. Loved it so far. And very looking forward to the game. So yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. And I look forward to seeing you here again. Bye, guy.